Is it really gonna wait until 10:45? I swear I've done in the past where it works just fine. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I currently have it unlisted because I don't feel great. Maybe I should at least share in the Discord because there shouldn't be anyone watching at this particular moment. Oh, you know, I forgot to do this. I forgot to see how loud the audio is compared to the game, because part of the compromise to actually get myself to play this game was to play with the Legends Arceus music. I just enjoy the music from that game more, and I feel like I've been enjoying Scarlet a lot more ever since I turned off the music from the game. I don't even have my TV on at the moment, and just got some YouTube going in the background. What was I gonna do? There's something I wanted to do. Now, this is the other reason why this is an public stream for right now. That's the thing, like, I'm feeling kind of weird today, but I felt bad about not streaming yesterday, so I wanted to do something. So, for right now, unlisted stream that I posted on Discord. But if I feel more into it as I keep on going, I might just make it a public stream then. I was actually tempted to cancel the stream because I know you use sandwiches to increase your shiny odds, and on my own time, like, I just finished it up yesterday, but I find mostly from the help of Pokemon Home, I got the completed Pokedex. So I got the shiny charm now. And it's all set to, like, there's a outbreak of the dolphin Pokemon. And it's all tempted, or all set and ready to, well, yeah, there is. For some reason it's just not marked. It's all set and ready to go and shiny hunt for it. But I was looking online to see what type of sandwich I would need to make. Surprisingly, it's kind of buried on some semi-unfamiliar gaming websites, and maybe there is something on Bulbapedia about it I'm just not finding because I'm using Google, and Google just giving priority to these more iffy websites. I shouldn't be surprised, but I still find it amusing. Yeah, I haven't really played this game too much since beating it. I've opened it up for Wonder Training, and I've tried to get into the game for, like, raids and that every now and then, but it's not really. One thing or another just, like, always kept me from actually enjoying playing the game. Yeah, I keep trying. I guess I think a lot of it is just due to the fact that I already spent a lot of time in Legends Arceus, so I've got a wide variety of shiny Pokemon in that game, and I want shiny hunt in something else, but like there's not too many open world Pokemon games yet. Kinda got the gut feeling that this is a trend that they're gonna keep going forward with. As much as I wouldn't mind them actually doing something more smaller scale every now and then. I just feel like they open up the floodgates with Scarlet and Violet, and like Pokemon fans are and it kind of just get the feeling that they feel like they gotta do it or something. I don't know. I'm just speculating based on how Game Freak or someone works. Alright, so those are the dolphins. I think I haven't even had the chat on for a bit. Let me just make it a public stream and give it a shot. Maybe I just won't promote it today. Unfortunately, I don't have the... Like, a big reason why I can't really get... I pressed the wrong button. I was gonna say, though, big reason why I haven't gotten into the whole shiny thing is because I know Herbamistica is needed to actually make everything, and I do not have good luck with the raids. Like, I don't really have too many good Pokemon to do the raids, and because I always have a bad time while doing the raids, so I'm never really too obligated to actually stick through with them. So based on my understanding, you fight the dolphins, or you fight your Pokemon until you get like a notification that, like 2 notifications that they're running low or something, and that's when, ironically, they have the most Pokemon. Ew. Alright, I completely forgot that I said I was gonna do an audio test to make sure everything sounded good. Maybe it would have been smarter to do this before going public, but give me a sec. Get up OBS, hit the record button, say some stuff, and some more stuff, and some more stuff, and some more, do. Ew, we're collecting our mucus? Definitely never noticed that before. I was all set and ready to talk about how my day was yesterday, but now I'm kind of getting second thoughts because it hasn't been too great, and I'm feeling a bit tired. I did get out for breakfast, and the breakfast was nice, so there was at least that. I think the annoying part is that this is an outbreak of Palisins, I think they're called. Or Fincian, I'm thinking of the evolved form. Oh, you're not. You're not what I'm looking for. Shoot. This is why I was so iffy about streaming today. Still feeling a bit jarred and all that. Yeah, at least I'm giving it a shot. But I'm already feeling it should go back to Legends Arceus. I'm sure the music doesn't help, but this is probably the most comforting music to listen to while doing this sort of stuff for me. Oh! Maybe I went a little too carried away. So now what? Do I just like swim back and forth until they despawn and respawn? I think it's what I'm supposed to do. You know what, as much as I don't want to spoil myself on the shiny, maybe better look it up. It's not like it wouldn't be the first time I've seen it, because I have watched videos just of people shiny hunting to kill the work time. Shiny... Frick. I just fought a couple of them, I've already forgot their name, Fizian. Yeah, it is more purple, so I should be able to notice it if I'm actually looking out for it. Yeah, it sucks that I don't have the Herb of Mystica to make the proper sandwich, because something tells me that would help. But that's really it. I just went back and forth until... they pop up. What song is this? Oh, I completely forgot. Legends are no. Game Freak gave up on Legends Arceus so fast that I completely forgot that it even had a mystery gift mode. So kind of caught me off guard to hear about that. But yeah, speaking of Legends Arceus, I kind of like miss. Part of the reason why it's so easy to just keep playing that game is because I missed the whole jingle sound effect and the sparkles when we see a shiny. So even if they look relatively similar, there's no mistaking when you find one. I mean, I'm far from the first person to say that though, so surely by the time we get a new game, they'll bring back that feature. Guess I could talk about my thoughts on that direct now. Have tempted to save it for Game and Chill though. Kind of just bit over the plate. I guess another thing I like about shiny hunting in Legends Arceus is that, no, it's just the lighting. As I was saying, another thing I like about Legends Arceus. Give me a minute. Legends Arceus. Oh, that's a shelter. I saw the purple and I got surprised, but I guess it wouldn't be that easy. I don't know. Editing is a really powerful tool. It makes a lot of people's shiny hunts look a lot easier than they probably actually are. I guess at some point I could try to get into some raids and show you what I mean about just like not having the best luck. I don't even, it'd be more a skill issue than luck, but the point being, nah, it's just the lighting. Yeah, that whole sparkles thing is kind of really getting to me at a point like now. Oh yeah, going back and forth if I want to talk about the direct. Maybe. Well, we're not gonna get anywhere if I'm just like getting confused on if it's shiny or if it's delighting every 5 seconds, but everyone will talk about Legend CA and all that. And while that would be the biggest surprise of the percent, I'm just surprised that they actually had new news for Pokemon Go instead of just rehashing it, assuming that people who actually would be interested, assuming that the people watching the present never actually bothered to play Pokemon Go. So the fact that they actually have something new, I'll be honest, I already forgot what the new thing was that they announced, which probably is a testament of just how exciting the Pokemon Go news actually was. But I do remember that it was different. It wasn't something they didn't hear already. So that's a good sign in of itself. And yeah, I was actually pretty hyped about the whole. I've gotten real into Pokemon Sleep, so I was actually pretty hyped about the whole Raikou reveal thing. There was some good. I guess the point I'm getting at is that there was some good mobile game stuff from that presentation, though it kind of got dusted under the radar because, let's be honest, the majority of Pokemon fans, at least that are vocal on the internet, that are actually going through the trouble. You have got to be kidding me. The mic was off this whole time? No. But it was working earlier. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. And, like, I had so many good stories and I was going to use this, everything I was talking about for Game and Chill. And... yeah. When did the mic die? Because it was working when I was recording. I heard myself talk. Oh. As I was saying, another thing I like about Legends. I don't know. Editing's a really powerful tool. It makes a lot of people's shiny hunts look a lot easier than they probably actually are. And it just died. No, it didn't. Get into some raids and show you what I mean about just like not having the best luck. I don't even CA and all that. Where did? At least save myself some heartache by. Let me get a gauge of when I lost the audio for all this. The radar, because let's be honest, the majority of Pokemon fans, at least that are vocal on the internet, that are actually going through trouble. Well, it looks like it's right around. God, I can't even see where that is because it's just ever expanded. I don't. That's definitely not an hour and 10 minutes in. I'm gonna just screenshot this and see if I can figure out where the mic died. Then. Man, no wonder no one sticked around. They couldn't hear what I was saying for like a good hour. And now I gotta go, and I still have to go get the water. You know what? I'm just gonna do it right now. Yeah, you can hear me now. I know because I saw the microwaves going. I'm just caught up ranting because I didn't realize until after I caught this shiny Magikarp and was all hyped up about it that the entire recording had no commentary because my mic kind of died out half an hour in. Well, it's kind of cute that they're all staying there looking at me. And I only... yeah. The worst part is that I only noticed right before I was going to go step away to fill up on water, which is why the whole BRB thing is still up there. Yeah, I'm glad we can at least lay over them. It's fine. Yeah. I'll get the Legends Arceus music going again, so you can listen to something. And I'll be as fast as I can. But hour and a half in, I really do at least need to get more water to hydrate to. Alright, I'm back. At the very least, I can just retread old ground and talk about the things I already talked about because there's a good chance they didn't come up. Like, lighting in this game is weird. Two things that they obviously try to make different colors because of the lighting. Oftentimes look like two different colors of Pokemon because the lighting is weird. Oh, I didn't even realize you were right there in front of me. So the rundown is I typically don't play this game. I played it to the credits and I try to pick it up every now and then to try to get into the hype of it all, but often it doesn't click. So I mostly stick to playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. But I have gotten really into shiny hunting from playing that game so much. So I want to expand my horizons on the different types of games that I can shiny hunt in. So off screen on my own time, I actually worked on getting the shiny charm in this game, which wasn't as bad as it might seem, because a lot of the time it's just a matter of transferring stuff from Pokemon Home into Scarlet and Violet to get it checked off as a dex entry. It helps that I was spending a lot of time in Pokemon Home just trying to see how many Pokemon from the Paldea dex I could get just from Wonder Trees and GTS. So going into the other games, what was I saying? So going into Scarlet and Violet, you know what? This is why I have to use the OBS preview and not YouTube's video preview, because that way I can every time I feel doubt, I can double check see for the waves and see the lines on the audio go up and down for my mic, so there's no means, if, and, or buts about confusion of if the audio for my mic is recording or not. But that's what I was trying to reiterate, because I have no idea how much this actually is gonna keep now. I got the shiny charm. It's a little heartache because there was that whole time frame of thinking that I had everything that there was to offer, and being at 399 out of 400 and having no idea what the one Pokemon I was missing was. Okay, we got a microcoin for that. That is a lot stronger of a purple than I thought it was. Oh my god. I'm glad we actually got the Magikarp now, because the Magikarp was just warm up to make sure that everything was good to go when the real thing actually came by. The problem is I still don't have any means to whittle it down. But I want to at least try to catch it in a cool Pokeball again. Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to ramble about everything else that I was gonna do. Oh shoot, maybe no, I was gonna catch this in something besides the Quick Ball anyway, something to match its color a little more. Is that two Pokemon that we're catching both on the Noble Pokemon theme? It sure does seem like it. Right, what Pokeballs do I have? I guess the Dive Ball is always a classic. But, like, in hindsight, I probably could have, like, made sure I stock up on Pokeballs before going into this. Do I use my only Lure Ball? No, the Dive Ball would work better anyways. It's not purple, but it kind of fits with the Ocean Wave theme and all that. Man, and didn't even shake, just caught it right away. I would say my first shiny since getting the shiny charm, but then got that Magikarp in the mix. Well, I can't call you Noble too, can I? Maybe I'll call you Royal, just to match with the whole Noble theme. Let's see what we got. Naughty Nature. No ribbon or mark. You know, I forgot to check to see if the Magikarp that we caught earlier had a ribbon or a mark. I guess you can come in the party too. Oh, I never had the previous one in the party. Yeah, let's get our shinies out here and take a look before I try to get back into the story time and all that. You know, get the other Magikarp. Or the other shiny, I meant to say. You know, what is it with, like... Because Azumarill here is a shiny too. Is it really that much extra worth to have them show up as shiny on their icon here? I mean, obviously it's more work. But was it really not worth the effort? It just feels off to have all these... To have all this and not be noticeable. Ugh. No, don't attack anything. I'm just trying to get out of our Pokemon to show it off more. How's it work? I think I got put you up in front and then throw the Pokeball. Yeah, that's definitely a shiny dolphin friend. Oh, it's still paralyzed. Let me see if I can get a screenshot of it not being suffering. And I guess now we can at least check to see if Noble has any markings of note. Hardy Nature, no mark. Well, that's fine. It just would have been nice to have something to differentiate that Magikarp from like the 20 million other Magikarps that I've already got. But where I don't even think I know I have a box that says shinies, but that's more so just for Pokemon Go Pokemon that I was meaning to trade away. It's not like a real shiny box, like a box of shinies that I actually treasure or plan to keep. I guess we can make it work for now, though. Well, don't I have a box called Memories or something? Yeah. Well, that will work for now. Man, this makes me really miss my Kricketune. Like, I had a Kricketune from older Pokemon games that was pretty much made for just hunting Pokemon and that. Oh, hey, King Totodile. Welcome. No, sorry, I was just caught off guard with everything else going on. Like, caught that shiny Magikarp, oh, in real life my mic wasn't recording anything, and then just like shortly after, then I get the Palafin that I've been looking for. So, first couple shinies that I actually intentionally hunt for in this game, so I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm just trying to get my bearings and figure out what I'm gonna do next. I gotta double check the name. The dolphin thing? I think you just missed it. I just happened to get it. No sandwich. Mostly because I don't have the Herbavisca to make the sandwich, but... You're hunting for a jumbo Turk twig for a month and a half now and still no luck. That's unfortunate. Well, I wish... Well, considering I just got the shiny charm and yet already found 2 shinies on my first hunt with it, I got a feeling that if I could just stumble upon that in one hunt, that you're not too far away from your little Turk twig. Oh, and you're hunting for a shiny Squirtle for your living dex. Nice. I guess that's a really cool part about the DLC of just how they like made all the starter Pokemon shinies in of itself. The shiny does it have a... I did not notice that it had a mark. I could have sworn that it said no mark when I looked at it in the summary. Oh my god, it does. And I was just about to say, well, everyone's just joining in, so maybe I'll just keep going until I get a shiny with a mark. Well, so much for that. Eating my own words. And that Magikarp definitely doesn't have a mark. So, now what do? I only had planned hunting for the dolphin. And I'm kind of like really narrow-minded, and I don't want to quit the stream just as people are joining in. I guess I'll go back and forth a couple more times while I try to think of something else to do. I will say that's my first shiny with a mark. And I guess you all would know better than I do. Do the marks actually have any significance? Because it wasn't even like I had a sandwich going or anything. So as far as I could tell, that lunchtime mark was just completely random, and no, unfortunately I don't have the DLC, so I can't really shiny hunt starters in general. I do play Pokemon Go, so I'm not really hurting for starters anyways. A lot of them have shown up in community days, and that's like one time I like to get out and walk. So I have a lot of them already, and I feel pretty confident that they will do the other starters someday. But it's good for people who are more focused on the console games to have a reliable means to actually shiny hunt for those starters now. Screw it, I'm gonna check the map for other outbreaks. I guess on a similar tangent, like I have not had good luck with the event raids. Granted, I only just started trying to get back into the raids with... I think I found a good next target. What was it saying? Well, first of all, I got my eyes on Squirrel here. I know his name, but I just can't pronounce it. Oh, that was scary. Never had that happen in Scarlet before. Every copy of Scarlet and Violet is personalized. Yeah, that would suck, especially right after I turned off the autosave. What's your favorite Pokemon? Mine's Oh, per ugly. Well, for me, I kind of bounce between a few. But the most prominent favorites are Ampharos and Umbreon. It usually fluctuates between the two. Maybe one or another happens after. Others might happen after another day. What am I even trying to say? Oh. Yeah. The long story short, either Ampharos or Umbreon. But I could think of times where there would be something else that I would like more. Now, I apologize if it feels like it takes a long time for me to actually respond back to y'all. I'll admit I have an older computer and an older capture card, so I intentionally have to, in order to have my commentary, whenever I'm doing direct capture, in order to have my commentary actually sync up to the gameplay, I intentionally delay my mic a bit in order for it to be synced up. So what I say matches up with the game that we're playing, but doesn't always align with how soon you all talk to me, is what I'm trying to get at. Now, where is the Outbreak? I got the message saying that it was there, but... now I can't seem to find them. Alright. So, I don't know if I got the sandwich in that to actually make this. But I'm gonna see if... no. I'm gonna try a little bit without a sandwich anyways, just to... because of how lucky we got without a sandwich in the first place. Where are y'all? Okay, I think I found where the Outbreak actually is. And you know what? Don't mind me while I look away. I'm gonna actually look and make sure I'm doing it right this time. Outbreak, Shiny Hunting, Scarlet. First, max out your shiny odds for 7 outbreaks by auto-batting a certain amount. You get prompts telling you that it's starting to go down. The third okay, so I could actually do that until the third prompt. Prompt telling you to go down. Third prompt is when your max is out, the odds. Well, the odds, it'll say there aren't too many Pokemon left from the original outbreak. If you didn't get a shiny roll upon that prompt, you want to stop defeating the Pokemon. Instead, you want to soft reset. So I think we're just going to keep doing what I was doing before. Okay, Mike's still going. Yeah, we're probably not going to sit through this entire outbreak. I don't know what it is, but this outbreak feels a lot more scattered than the Falcon. Okay, I think I see where they all are now. Oh, I remember what I was going to say though. I think I'm going to go after these little guys because it's the Sword and Shield Pokemon, and I didn't do any shiny hunting in Sword and Shield. And I don't think it's appeared to Pokemon Go. For some reason, Pokemon Go is allergic to Sword and Shield. It's like, for some reason, it's Niantic's least favorite generation. And if it wasn't for the fact that some of those Pokemon were actually prominent with PvP, I feel like they would... I'm convinced that they would just hide Sword and Shield Pokemon till the end of time. Because they only come back for events. And like, you can get Wooloo from Go Battle League. But I feel like they only did that because the Go Battle League community got complaining like, wait, this is a really good Pokemon. Why do you keep hiding it? So that was their internal compromise. At least that's what I speculate. And that's a long tangent to say that unless you actually played Sword and Shield, there wasn't really too many opportunities to actually get the Sword and Shield Pokemon. And Sword and Shield is kind of weird to me, because, like, I ended up enjoying it a lot after both DLCs came out. And, like, it's the one Pokemon... Sword and Shield, ironically, is some of the most fun I've had in multiplayer, but it's also the only time I never bothered to beat the main story in a Pokemon game. Oh, shoot, I missed the first call. Did anyone else in chat see what that notification said? Did I get a notification saying that the outbreak was dying down? Cause that would be good to know. Anyways, same though. I mean, I hatched a shiny Baneri and shiny Hoot about 573. Nice. I feel like the delay really screwed up that conversation, because I definitely didn't notice that until after I got into the Sword and Shield tangent. But I guess what I was trying to say is, like, it ironically is some of the most fun I've had with multiplayer, but also the game I played the most single player of. Like, I saw how the post games also good. We're still good with the notifications and all that. I wonder if I should make the sandwich before or see if I even have the ingredients to make the sandwich before or after I finish knocking them out. Oh, don't mind me. This is like how I typically talk when I don't have editing to fall back on, where just a lot of pauses and easily get sidetracked, especially when I'm playing in the midst of it all. It's like... The long story short, I did not pick up Sword and Shield until the Crown Tundra DLC came out. And honestly, I only picked it up because I saw everyone streaming Dynamax Adventure and how much fun they were all having with it. So I guess that's a half-lie. I technically have Shiny Hunted in Sword and Shield. I just completely forgot because 99% of my time playing Sword and Shield was in the Dynamax Adventure mode. So there's a lot going on. And as for Seaview A, the short answer is I haven't seen enough of it to really get hyped. I'm glad they're making a new Legends game. I have let a little bit of the speculation get to me. And I'm just worried that whether or not it's actually going to play like Pokemon Legends, or if Legends is just a name that they use for experimentation. Assuming that it's the same gameplay as Legends Arceus, I'm definitely going to be down for it, though. I don't even care that it's in Kalos, because even though, like, Kalos was one of the weaker generations in terms of regions to me, Legends Arceus gave me a brand new appreciation for Sinnoh, so I have no problem, there's no reason for me not to believe that they won't do the same thing again with Kalos, especially because I had a lot of fun with the Mega Evolution mechanic. That's like the one, even though like I wasn't too into the single player of X and Y, that was peak. X and Y were peak PvP for me, at least with the main series games. It was a time frame where I spent a lot of times with that particular mechanic. I even think I have some old YouTube videos up from the time frame where I was actually doing that sort of PvP. And I didn't even think that far, like, didn't even think about the concept of the fly mount Pokemon. And honestly, nothing's coming to mind at the moment, but now that's something I'm gonna end up thinking about for quite a bit. On a similar tangent, I wonder what the Deus Ex Machina for bringing weird Pokemon is going to be. You know, like how the original Legends Arceus had the space-time rifts. If we're going under the assumption that it's going to be the same format, then I feel pretty confident that we're going to get something like that. As far as I'm concerned, they always have Hoopla to fall back on. It's not exactly a Kalos Pokemon, but the whole Ultra Wormhole mechanic was literally invented for when they wanted to explore stuff like that. Like I tell people, we're definitely getting a Ride Pokemon back, but I wondered what I love that backup. I just love how the heart blocks the chat. We're definitely getting Ride Pokemon back, but I wonder what I love that. But I wonder what I love that back in X and Y. Right, that was the game where Ride Pokemon technically first became a thing. It was just so niche back then, I didn't even think about it. But yeah, that was technically the first game where Ride Pokemon were a thing. And I think we're still on a second notification for the shiny hunt. Okay, yeah, that's it. No more. Okay, Algae, you've had your time. Stop beating up the squirrels. We don't have that many left. All right, so now it's just a matter of going in and out. I can see why they recommended Picnic before. With how laggy it was in water. I mean, I'm starting to realize this is the polar opposite of Pokemon Legends Arceus, where I actually enjoy shiny hunting in the water more than I do on land. Maybe it's just that these Pokemon are so skirmishing, running around. Like, could probably run in and out of screen in a similar way to get them to respawn. But I was thinking about making a picnic for them in a little bit anyways. Are you all new, or I guess it's just a lot easier to tell if I off-screen them or not when we were just swimming back and forth in the water. Oh, an Animate! I was actually kind of looking for one of those. A little too late now, but still. I think I'm gonna run back and forth a few times, and then maybe I'll speed things up and see if we can... Oh, because, yeah, we're at like 2 hours now. So now seems like a good time to pull up the picnic set and see if I have any. Alright, where are y'all? First of all, saving, so I can reset that a little later on. I just realized I don't know what shiny Skivat, I think that's what the squirrel's called, looks like, but I'm under the impression that it's one of those shinies that are a drastically different color. Sure, have it your way, game. Oh, so now you're concerned about logic and reason? Okay, so let's see. I just realized I never actually bothered to set up for shiny hunting. I'm just so in the moment that I'm just bouncing back and forth between things. Alright, I still have to guide up for sandwiches. So, normal type, Salty Herba Mystica. Guess what Herba Mystica I don't have. So, I guess we're just doing this the old-fashioned way. At least for a little bit. all things considered, I got the shiny that I was looking for, so I'm not gonna be... So I'm content whether or not we actually get a shiny for our little squirrel friend here, but... It would be nice to try. And considering, like, it did technically take me about an hour and a half to get that first shiny, but it also was probably closer to like half an hour or so. I'll know in editing. But there was a bit of time. It wasn't that long for between the Magikarp and the Dolphin, but it was also, I think it was, I forget if it was half an hour or an hour when I first got the Magikarp. Kinda can tell just how I am at the moment. And you can tell that I still have Legend Arceus buttons on mine with the way I misclicking and all that. Alright. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of... I guess you can... I guess those in chat can help me with this one. Is this... I don't want to be spoiled, but... Do you think I need to look up what the shiny of this Pokemon looks like? Or is it like literally the opposite color? Something that will be very distinct that I notice right away. In the meantime, I'll just keep running around like... Dang it, I'm doing the Legends Arceus thing again. Because, like, I know that's not the right button in Legends Arceus, but that does let you run in Legends Arceus. It's a reddish... Okay. I think I'll be able to notice that. I assume the red would be pretty strong. Let's run around and see if there's any stragglers around here. It sucks that I lost my reaction to the Magikarp. But at least we have the assurance to know that it works. Oh, so now you're concerned about picnicking with other people. When you have a whole feature of picnicking, if that's just like... Talk to random people on the road, and... You can join their picnics and all that. Let's see, yeah, I guess I was going to talk a little bit about the Magikarp because I did talk about it, but that was obviously when the mic cut it out. Speaking of which, okay, good. We still have the mic going. Essentially, with what happened with the Magikarp was, I was excited because I just getting a shiny in this game, and I was just found hysterical that it was a shiny that completely different from the one that I was actually looking for. But there's also this there's also the aspect that like I already had one in Legends Arceus. Close to people. Where's the people? Are you talking about the sign? Do you consider signs people game? Because I don't see any people. We got Gimme Go here. Guess Gimme Go might be people. Let's just double check your color. No. But yeah, with the Magikarp, I technically got one in Legends Arceus, and if we want to count Gyarados, I actually have 3. one of my early shinies in Legends Arceus was actually a red Gyarados, right off the lake. And then later on, of course, I found a second red Gyarados. So, and then there's also like I'm pretty sure it's been a community day too. So like I'm flooded in gold Magikarps. I have no shortage of shiny Magikarps. So it's kind of a shame that that one didn't have a mark, because that would have at least gave it something to be distinct from all the other shiny Magikarps I have. But I guess if I was going to get a mark on one of them, it was good as that I got the mark on the shiny that I was actually looking for. And yet, it really stinks that the shiny, they took out the shiny single, they took out the signal in Scarlet and Violet. I really hope it comes back for the next Legends game. If nothing else, they have an excuse to bring it back because it's part of the Legends brand. And I'm sure they've gotten a lot of feedback to the point where they're well aware how much we love that little jingle. Your eyes aren't good, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, like, it sucks because that's the thing I hear a lot, that it's really good for... It was a good accessibility feature. Even if it was by accident, I kind of got the feeling that Game Freak wouldn't go out of their way to intentionally make an accessibility feature. Not because they don't... I don't mean to make that sound like they don't care about accessibility. I guess I mean to say, I don't mean to make that sound like they care about... No. This sounds worse and worse the more I stumble, but... I don't think it's a matter of, like, they don't care about accessibility as much as, like, they don't have the time to prioritize accessibility. So I'm pretty sure they just did it initially as a way to be cute. And I highly doubt that they thought of how good the feature would be until we actually got it. And this is coming from someone who loves the jingle. Like, I would actually be playing with the game's audio if we had the jingle in this game. Was it double-edged sword? Because, oh yeah, that's another thing that I talked about that probably got cut off by the mic. Sometimes when I'm shiny hunting, I just pull up the game and then pull up the... I have a 2-screen monitor to help me with video editing. So when I'm actually playing a game, I just pull up the game on one screen and then pull up my PC on the other screen. And I do like a double earbud method to actually hear it on one screen. To actually play the game on one screen while I'm listening to a video or a podcast on the other screen. And it's a real nice setup. It has just one major drawback though. And that's the fact that in order to do it, I need 2 sets of earbuds. So I typically do like headphones for one of the monitors and earbuds for the others. And there's mixed results of whether or not it actually sounds good or not. Yeah, I feel like I've gotten really lost and gotten away from the initial cluster. It's fine. I feel like I've roamed around these lands enough, and I mean, we're not making sandwiches, so it's not like we're doing an efficient shiny hunt to begin with. If I ever do this again, I'm gonna try to get more Herba Mystica off screen, so we can be a little more effective with our hunting. But I was kind of nervous about doing this at first. I wasn't sure if I'd be in the groove or actually feel up to doing it, but eventually I did. So I'm glad I stuck to it. Lighting kind of makes you look a little... The lighting did things to your eyes, my friends. You kind of look like you could be in a PG-13 horror movie with that look. But I don't think you're sparkling. Like, you're not a Patrat sort of situation. It does remind me, it's kind of ironic, but I think like Pokemon Home actually made me care about Patrat, because initially it's like one of my least favorite Pokemon. It's honestly still up there. But I actually go out of my way to catch them in Pokemon Go, because it's one of the few Pokemon that don't exist in any Switch title, so I like holding on to them either for GTS trading, or if I want to be super generous, just Wonder Trade them away. So, are we thinking that like this next Legends game is gonna bring back the last of the Pokemon that aren't exclusive to Switch games? Because with Furfuru, I see it. It's a major Kalos staple. And I can see it with the monkeys because, like, even though they're Unova Pokemon, they did also appear in Kalos. And it was actually the one time they were fairly common in the wild as well. So, oh, that's fine to do. But Patrat, I don't think was in X and Y, at least initially. So, are we thinking that they're actually going to squeeze in Patrat in some shape or form to actually fit in that game? Because, like, as much as I don't like Patrat, I actually feel bad for it because of just how neglected it's gotten by Game Freak. But I can't blame them because I'm pretty sure my opinion on Patrat is not an uncommon one, so they were probably not in any sort of rush to get Patrat into the game, especially when they got like these little squirrel guys and so many other Patrat alternatives to squeeze into their Pokemon games. Right, I think it's time to pick it up. What was that? How is there not enough room to make a picnic here? I got a hot take, but today the Switch is 7 years old and I'm just wondering what is considered a decent lifespan of a gaming console. I thought it would be at least 10 years is fair. I think the tricky thing, especially nowadays, like, the lifespan of the console, I'm kind of used to the old days where, like, around 7 years would be around the point where a new console comes up. Like, but then again, I grew up around, like, the SNES to GameCube era, where they were swiping around consoles semi-frequently. At the end of the day, I feel the time for a new console is when they really feel like they can make use, when the hardware has advanced enough to actually make use of it. Or like that would be significantly noticeable or different, where games actually fail to keep. It's complicated. I don't really. I guess in the short answer is I don't really have strong opinions on consoles when one old one ends and when a new one should begin. For me in particular, like, because I'm still fairly content with the Switch. I am kind of like keeping my eyes open for whatever comes after, though. Not because I actually want a new console, but because I've been worried for the longest time of what they're going to do with certain features once we get a new console. Things like Pokemon Home and the NSO. I've been wondering for years if, when we get a new console, if they're going to actually bring them over, those features over to the new console, or are we just gonna start over from square one again, like what we did with Pokemon Bank to Pokemon Home? Cause I'm worried about that, like, especially with Nintendo Switch Online service in particular. It took them so long to get enough games on that service to make it worth the price point that I do not want to start over from scratch again. Oh, hey, Kite. Wasn't expecting to see you here. It's good to show up. Shiny hunting's been going pretty good. Let me show you. Like, I found the dolphin that I was looking for. But before then, I actually found a shiny Magikarp along the way. So it seems like a shiny charm is doing good work and putting in the mileage. Our little royal here even has a mark, which that certainly caught me by surprise. I think that's the first shiny Pokemon that I've caught to actually have a mark. And people were just starting to come in as I caught the dolphin, so I decided to keep going a little longer than usual, and see if we can... I found the mass outbreak for these little guys, and I was gonna just see if I could get one more shiny. Like, 3 shinies in one day would be pretty wild, so I'm not gonna be too hopeful for it. I mean, I get the picnic technique, but it's like, this is not a good place to actually pull off the picnic technique. Weirdly enough, you have gotten me on the treadmill while playing Master EX. Oh yeah, I guess I did leave off that part with when I was talking about the shiny charm before, that like, a lot of times I do gaming that I would consider more tedious on the treadmill. A lot of times it would be for like playtesting Dawnage Inn and that, but it also includes like all that time I spend in Pokemon Home transferring Pokemon to Scarlet to try to fill out the national dex to get the shiny charm and all that. And no, I unfortunately never did figure out the Venasaur thing. And it's like I did the thing that you mentioned before a couple times, like a couple days ago, and went to Poke Portal and pull it up. So I did read up that sometimes you have to advance the clock on your Switch. But I assume if that was the issue, then, like, because I first tried it a couple days ago, that it would have been working by now, a couple days later. And I was thinking about, like, asking about it after the stream, but I wasn't sure how long I would be doing the stream. You know what, that would be nice. And honestly, that would be a lot cooler of a way to end off a stream than just trying to get these squirrels. As much as I think a shiny of it would be cool and all, I am kind of looking for... I don't know if I could really keep going for 2.5 hours. Also, shoot, I meant to hit the picnic button. Now I'm gonna just type in the chat to see if it... so we don't have to wait as long. Alright, let me just check these squirrels a couple more times while I'm talking. Yeah, you can tell I'm old because I'm starting to fall apart with the Pokemon. Like, I could fairly easily tell you any of the Pokemon from the first 5 generations by looking, and probably do okay with X and Y and Alola as well. But I've noticed with these Switch games that I am struggling hard trying to memorize the names of the Pokemon. I guess 1,000 is my mental limit, even for a game series that I grew up with. Yeah, I just figured I'd throw that out there. Did I check all the squirrels? You just don't like how tiny the Pokemon are? Yeah, that can be an issue sometimes. I don't mind the realistics, but the realistic ratio and all that, but I have definitely had my fair share of issues where I'm just minding my own business trying to run around the world, and I just bump my head into a bunch of wild Pokemon as I'm just trying to run from one raid to another. Excuse me one sec. I can start to tell them that I've been talking for too long because I'm starting to get stuffy and it's making it even harder to talk. I'm having the other end of the spectrum where, like, if it's been too long since I last talked, it can take me a while to get into the commentating groove, but there's the other end of the spectrum where if I talk for too long, for a long period of time, it gets harder to talk because of just, like, either I get so dehydrated my throat gets dry, or I get more stuffy than most people would want to know about. A bunch of little factors like that. Oh, and your raid's ready whenever you're ready? Cool. I'll just triple check these squirrels real quick and good to go. Like, probably by the time that you've let me just do that now. Actually, when you think about it, I'll probably need a minute because I wish I had something good to pull up in the meantime, because I gotta go get my raid Pokemon from Pokemon Home. I mean, yeah, I gotta get it out of Legends Arceus and into Pokemon Home. Do you play Mario games? Short answer, no. I have a mixed history. I've been more of a Donkey Kong Country sort of fan than a Mario fan, but I have played things like Super Mario World growing up and really enjoyed that. But it's also been forever since I last played the game. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm censoring going into Pokemon Home, but I just figure better safe than sorry, because I don't know I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what's shown. So, not sure if I would want it to be shown. And, I don't have plans currently to pick up the Peach game. I have seen and heard about it, and it does look kind of nice. I'm just not sure if it's the game for me or not. I feel kind of bad that it's kind of feels like it's been getting the short end of the stick, and undeservedly so. Alright, so get Shupla, find a good place to put you. Like, this is a perfect Pokemon for the raid. From what I read up, it's supposed to be completely immune. The only thing I'm missing from what I saw on the guide is Dragon Shear, but that's a DLC exclusive move, I believe. But it should still be immune to everything that comes up. Yeah, I know it's Goodra, but Snoopla is my nickname for it. The good old Galarian Goodra, and kind of my pride and joy from that game. Like, it's what made me like Goodra. You'll probably want Protect for the turns that he disables your ability too. Oh, I didn't even know that Protect worked that way. Weird that the guy doesn't recommend that, but that's probably easy enough to arrange. Like, I even went out of my way to change its ability to Sap Sipper, and bought an air balloon. I did a lot of Googling to get that Pokemon. Get the Pokemon set up. Because for the longest time, I've actually really wanted to try out Scarlet. I really wanted to use more Pokemon from Pokemon Legends in Scarlet raids, but they never really worked out that way. And by the way, same. I have the same issue where I started a couple boxes for the Living Dex, but I never finished taking the time to organize it. Well, at a point we reset our stats and nullify abilities for a turn, and without Sap Sipper, you can hurt your grass attacks, and pop the balloon. Okay. Hopefully that the real-time strategy element doesn't happen so fast that I can't keep track of all that. But that's fine. I can... Protect actually gives me an excuse to actually have a good alternative for Dragon Cheer, because for some reason the guide didn't recommend Protect. It just told me to use Dragon Cheer. Surely. It's been a while since I've actually messed with TMs, but I'm sure I have at least one, yeah. It's kind of a shame I literally only have one, but what's the next time I'm gonna use a Protect TM? And by that point, why wouldn't I just have the resources to build another TM? So I probably gotta give you the air balloon. As much as I don't like the raid song, maybe I should turn on game audio just specifically for the raid. Where is it? Other. I'm pretty sure it's under other items. Think more about it. Air balloon. Give. Now go into my TMs. Oh no! I don't want to give it. I want to use it. You know, that's not a bad idea. I'm surprised they didn't realize that was not a feature. So, what is it? I think I got Rain Dance and Muddy Water. As much as I don't want to get rid of Iron Head, because that's my stab attack, I guess if it's ground, that's not going to help us too much against the boss, and I can just relearn it later. Soul Chestnut. You'll have to clarify that, because I feel like I'm missing context. Alright. I think it's finally time. Oh, just responding to the other person. Okay. Alright, so now we all got audio music. Because, like, I guess I'll take my earbuds off enough to hear it. I tried that and I forgot that you need Spiky Shield. Alright, let me double check, but I think I'm ready for that raid now. It's kind of more support than anything, but I think this moveset will be good. Got the Acid Spray for lowering stats, and Muddy Water and Rain Dance. I think that works just as good. Good every time, correctly. Alright. So... No, don't attack! Don't leave the squirrel alone! I might bother shiny hunting for it later, if I'm ambitious enough. You might have to walk me through the process, because it's been a bit. I've mostly done raids just through Pokeportal. So, would I just go to Terra raid and get a code when you share it? I guess I should connect to the internet first. That would help. Oh, it's the theme again. Maybe that's the reason I didn't vibe with the music so much, that it just didn't click. So, I'm ready when you are, and I'll just say in the chat. Got it. Should got it at least. Alright. Try and do a raid live might kind of realize with my chat delay that might be an issue in of itself. We'll see how it goes though. Also, I just realized with my mic so close to the TV on monitor, maybe I should take the little millisecond to swap it over. Let's see. Leave off with acid spray. If I ever get a chance to attack, that is. How much did I focus on support and how much did I focus on doing attacks? Nice. Kinda wonder if I should have a physical attack to actually capitalize on that. But I guess acid spray first turn and then spam muddy water? That might be good. Oh, why am I not using Rainy Day? Or Rain Dance? This whole reason it's on the move pool. Oh, I was gonna say, oh shoot, but I'm screwing over my teammate, but no, that's the CPU. I guess we're fine. Oh wait, is this the turn that I'm supposed to protect? Nullify abilities on my side. Yeah. I just realized with the chat, this might be a problem with the chat delay. Doesn't help that I don't really gotta wait. Oh cool, I did do it right. I didn't think that was a one-turn thing though. I thought that lasted an entire battle, so the fact that it only lasts this one turn certainly is nice and helpful. Kinda makes me realize that I kinda wish I had a better attacking option to get through the Terra shield, but oh god. Shoot, I'm kind of worried about that timer. I'm wondering if doing enough. Okay. Put my fate on you. I'll just keep muddy watering where I can. Let me know if you negative effects on himself. Maybe I'll acid spray then and get that back up. I'm starting to realize the downside of this Pokemon is just like how, sure, it can't get hit by anything, but actually, is there even attack cheer maybe? I wish I had it, but I don't have the DLC, so I don't have the moves. That's why I actually have to protect in the fray. We're catching back up, so I think as long as we get rid of the Terra shield. Oh, right. This sort of thing. Wow. Everyone else always ignores it, so I forgot that it was a feature for a bit. Now, I forget that cheers are like 3 per person or 3 for the entire team. So I don't want to get too greedy per person. So you know what? I got one. Maybe I should just do more cheers. Like, you all seem to be doing way more than me. Oh wow, that was way easier than I thought it would be. I'm guessing you... Shoutouts to teamwork, everyone! Alright, what ball do I want it? Here we go. It just feels fitting for this moment. And not nearly as bad as in some other... The lag was not nearly as bad as in some other raids, which really helps. Yeah, great work everyone. I did read up that this was the first 6-star raid that had Herba Mystica, but seeing it for myself... Guess who finally got the salty Herba Mystica at the end of the raid? You had to play support a lot, so using cheers became a thing to know when to do. That's good. And what TM is 133? I'm sure I'll be able to look that up later. So this is a good time and all. I want to keep going, but it's also been 2.5 hours. So I think I kind of need a break in of itself. But let's before I get too caught up on that, let me take a look at this Venasaur that I just got. Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, Exmencia, Modest. I'm glad I actually got to use one of my proud and mighty Hisuian greats. So let me save. Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in for the stream. I really want to keep going, but I think it's definitely a good time for me to take a break from it all. Thanks for everyone coming in to making everything as good as it was. Kinda sorry about the first half of the stream and just how just the mic randomly dying kind of negated a lot of the commentary from all of it. Yeah, no problem. Like, I don't get to stream too often, so I can't guarantee when the next sort of stream of this would be. I do gotta eventually pick out a actual game series to stream to actually edit down to videos eventually. But I definitely see myself coming back to this sort of stream eventually. Typically, I would be streaming more on Saturday evenings, but as you can tell, it's not kind of guaranteed. I kind of only did it today because I was just... Partly because I wanted to try out shiny hunting in this game. Partly because I felt bad about not being able to stream yesterday. Yesterday was kind of rough, so I don't blame myself for just backing out on that. The last moment I did. Alright. Yeah, if I don't stop, I'm gonna keep going, so I'm just gonna cut it off here.